Hi, good afternoon, everybody. How are you? My name is Attorney Charles Zavala from Zavala Texas Law here in beautiful Houston, Texas. Today is July 7th, 2021. We are a law firm that handles immigration, criminal cases, as well as business cases. We do a lot of these videos on social media, answering a lot of questions people have or relating to new topics that I believe are relevant to my type of clientele. So we mostly do things about immigration, criminal, and smaller business claims. So today I have a video regarding, it involves both. So whenever you see me looking over here, it's because I got another computer screen that I'm looking at, usually the memo or the thing that I'm referring to. So this is what I'd like to talk about today. Involves two things. It involves immigration and involves criminal, right? So a brief little kind of background. If you get arrested for something that has nothing to do with your immigration status, for example, if you get in a fight, if you get arrested for drugs, if you get arrested for drinking and driving, that's a criminal case, right? That can happen to anybody. An immigration case only happens if you are a non-citizen, okay? So if you are here with a green card, a visa, anything that's not a citizen, you can go to immigration court. And this video is going to be how one affects the other. So 90% of my clients who I have to help with in immigration court, it's because they got arrested for a criminal matter first, right? Whether it was driving intoxicated, a fight, tons of things people get arrested for, right? So what used to happen is this: once the jail would get them, they would then notify immigration and they would put what's called an ICE hold. ICE stands for Immigration's Customs Enforcement. That's like the police of immigration, right? Those are the police who go out, arrest people for immigration violations. So they would put what's called a hold on the person. And the hold just means, literally, they would tell the jail, hey, hold them there because we're going to come get them. Okay? So person gets arrested. They get an ICE hold, immigration comes, gets them, and now immigration puts them in deportation proceedings. That's how it's happened for a long time. That's usually how it's always been. When Obama was president, though, however, they had almost like they had what was called a priority system, right? If you got arrested for, let's say, I don't know, what's something small? I don't know, reckless driving. I don't know, I'm trying to think of something very small. The ICE had like a priority system of whether they would actually come get you or not. And the reason why this was good is because they were prioritizing getting the people who are committing the really bad crimes or things to national security, and people who get arrested for everyday crimes weren't having to face this immigration detention, right? And that was good if you're an immigrant in this country, right? So then Trump came in, though, and he kind of got rid of that. And what I noticed as a lawyer is that if you were arrested for anything and you were an immigrant here, most likely immigration was going to come get you, right? And this creates, some people thought this was good because they said, hey, look, if they're committing crimes, they should go with the deportation process. Other people said, hey, you know what, that's not good because these are really petty crimes. We should use our resources for better things. That's what was going on. Now that Biden became president, he came out with a new memo, and he's going back to the Obama time period, which is kind of great for me being a criminal defense lawyer and an immigration lawyer, because my clients now, we have more options for them, right? It's not like if you get arrested, instantly you got an ICE hold, deportation proceedings. So I'm going to read you a little bit from the memo over here on the screen. So what this is it's kind of a... They're saying, listen, these are the cases that are our priority cases, right? So if somebody gets arrested, we need to get rid of this is their number one point, national security, right? So here it says non-citizens who have engaged in or are suspected of terrorism or espionage. Okay, that's number one priority. This new memo says it right there. So if you are arrested and suspected of anything like that, you're not going to get any leniency. All right, so that's a big one, national security. Number two is border security. It says non-citizens who were apprehended at the border or a port of entry while attempting to unlawful enter the United States. Okay, so that means if somebody was crossing the border illegally or they get picked up nearby, that's going to be one of the priority cases that they're going to try to remove people, deport people, right? Lastly, it's going to be public safety. So this one says non-citizens who have been convicted of an aggravated felony or who have been convicted of an offense for which an element was ultimately is going to be if it's regarding violent crimes, right? They talk about organized gangs, they talk about aggravated felonies, public safety. So if you have been arrested for anything that's similar to those, or you were apprehended next to the border, you are going to be an enforcement, a priority. So they're going to try to get you out quick, okay? So what does that mean? Practical. So let's say I have a client who gets arrested for criminal trespass, right? Criminal trespass means that you were somewhere where you shouldn't have been. Doesn't mean you're, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't mean you were doing anything wrong besides being somewhere where you shouldn't. So let's pretend they were to get arrested with that. I'm not going to be too worried that immigration is going to put a hold on him and try to deport him, because he really doesn't fall into those three categories, right? He's not a threat to national security, he's not a threat to border security, and he's not a threat to public safety, because what he was doing was he was just on property he wasn't supposed to be. So that's how it really means. And I think this also has to go with another video I did about a few weeks ago about prosecutorial discretion. All that means is Joe Biden, he's at the top, right? He's the president. He's in charge of Department of Justice, immigration, all that stuff. So whenever he says, listen guys, we're going to kind of be a little easier, a little bit tougher, as we saw during Trump was a little bit tougher, Biden is saying, listen, we need to use what's called prosecutorial discretion so that we don't have to charge everybody with everything. And the reason why they're doing that is because there's so many backlogs right now. The immigration courthouse is packed, and things are not getting done, and things are going to continue not to be able to get done as long as they're prosecuting everything. So that's what this is about. You know, they're trying to say, listen, let's use our resources for these type of cases. Let's get those type of cases out, and then we'll see what's going to come next. Okay? I personally think this is a great idea. Being a lawyer, the backlogs at court are ridiculous. I have clients who have cases multiple years from now. Cases are just building, and the government, you know, unfortunately, they're on the wrong, not on the wrong side, they're on the other side of a lot of immigrants, and they're just going to be inundated with work. So I think this whole prosecutorial discretion and having a priority is going to be great for the government, and it's going to be great for the court systems, and it'll also be great for the immigrants. So if you found this video helpful, feel free to give us a like, anything you all need. My name is Charles Zavala from Zavala Texas Law here in beautiful Houston, Texas. Enjoy your beautiful summer. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.